Hi Dolly friends. Okay, so I have done this video a couple of times, but just getting the kids settled has been a challenge, but I got them settled for right now. But I wanted to do this video because it's going to be my year of reflection in the doll hobby. And then I'm going to have some background noise because people are already starting to pop firecrackers. It's only 6 o'clock, but you know, it's getting dark and so people are starting to celebrate. But I wanted to do this video because I was really looking forward to it. Even though face on is not my comfort zone, I still wanted to try it. So here we go. So let me breathe. So I'm here relaxed. I've got my beer. And you can see this is my nursery. This is my corner of the room. It does spill out, but this is my corner of the room. And this is what I consider my nursery. My room is also my office. And because I work in healthcare, I have PHI, protected health information, so I won't show everything. My office is over there. All right, so let's get started with the first question. So the first question is, how long have you been on YouTube and what made you post your first video? So I joined YouTube as far as creating my channel 10 years ago. Because at the time, my husband and I were looking to grow our family and we were growing through adoption. Eventually we became foster parents, which had its own challenges and it was rewarding at the same time. And so I just loved, you know, I not loved, but looked for whatever I could find online. And so I did a lot of research and that's got me here. And there's actually 2 families that I have followed for the last almost full 10 years that are amazing channels. One was with infertility was one channel, and they've adopted, they've had a child, and I followed them to Instagram as well. And I feel like I'm their friend, they just don't know it. And then the other YouTuber, she's an American that lives in South Korea. She's also married with kids now, and I have followed her for such a long time. So it's amazing what you find on this channel, on this platform, the people that you find. So I feel like those are my longest friends on here. So my next question, and what made me post my first video? Well, this little guy right here made me post my first video in March or April of this year. So when I make that year, I have to do a little special anniversary for him. But yes, so when I knew I was getting him, I mustered up the courage to do his box opening. So he was my first video. And that's the reason I did my first video, because of him. When I tell you that I didn't think I would get him, and when it worked itself out, I'm amazed. And this time last year, my first reborns were twins. Actually, it was the Steven Awake and Asleep, and that collector, because I bought them off of another collector, Brianna. She was such a help. When I got them, she really gave me like some pointers and which helped me a lot as well. And then also another channel that helped me was Misty with Kiss to Cradle. I was looking at hers last year, and she's the reason I found reborns.com and found my first reborn. So she was helpful there with following her channel, and I've also was able to get two babies from her. My next question is, how did dolls become your hobby? Well, not that it was my hobby, but when I was a kid, I collected Barbie dolls, and I just love dolls. I've loved Barbie dolls, I love stuffed animals, and I had kids, so as I've had kids, I've also got dolls. So I've had dolls around. Reborns are another thing. I've heard of them, wanted them, and just was fortunate enough to get into it finally. And it was obviously during the pandemic when everyone had the time on their hands to kind of just sit around. I just started looking at more videos and eventually got my first reborn. But now I have Cabbage Patch, because I've always had Cabbage Patches when I was little. I collect Shadow High and Rainbow High. I don't plan on having an extensive collection of those because of space, but I do have 6 Shadow Highs and 4 Rainbow Highs. I also have Paradise Galleries dolls, which I actually started collecting those back in November and October of last year. And so I've kind of rotated those. Those are my shelf dolls. And then I have a couple of Paradise Galleries dolls. Ashton Drake dolls. That I have a couple of those. 2 that I've shown and 1 I haven't. The third one that I bought was actually for my daughter. And he stays in my room to protect him from the animals. And I also got a couple of the monkeys because I loved, Kay and Louisa did have the Cheeky Monkey Monday hashtag, which is one of my favorite ones. And so because of them, I was like, oh, they created a monster in me. I have gotten a couple of the monkeys from Ashton Drake, and I love them. I love them. So my third question is, and I'll post these questions in the description box just in case anyone wants them. Why do you like collecting? I like collecting because I love the art of the dolls. This is amazing. It's amazing that a human took this vinyl and created this lifelike baby that you think is gonna start breathing. Or the sculptors who created this lifelike baby and made for the artist to paint, and even with the silicone. It's crazy. I love it for that. I've always loved baby clothes. So I love shopping for baby clothes. And I just like baby stuff. So I like that for that part. But truly, it's the art of it. I'm in awe of these. I don't handle my dolls a lot because I change them and then I sit them in a position and look at them. I love just staring at them. I just think it's amazing. It's amazing. And again, it's another way of just hanging out with my kids. Because with me and my youngest, she enjoys the dolls. So I bought her some Kinby dolls and 1 pair Ashton Drake, so where she can play with them when she's in the room with me. So those are her dolls to touch, and then she doesn't touch my dolls. So my next question, what were your expectations? And then what is the reality? Expectation. I thought I told myself I would never go over this price for a doll. I also said I would only have 10, and then I wouldn't want silicones. I just didn't think I'd like silicones. Well, I've exceeded the budget of where I told myself I would never go, because I realized if I wanted to really try things, I'd have to go outside my budget. And then the number, I'm over my 10. Now I'm dealing with space issues, but trying to work those out because I don't know who I would let go. When I was really thinking about that the other day of 10. If I did 10, which would stay and what would go? I mean, I couldn't. So I don't want to think about that right now. One day I'll get there, but I'm not there yet. I'm not at the 10 mark. And then silicone. Once I got my first silicone, and my first silicone was a cuddle, and I still have him. His name's Liam. Once I got my first silicone, I was like, I'm addicted. So I love the medium of silicone, and I love the medium of vinyl. So right now I don't have one that would say one would stay, one would go. Right now I'm loving them both, but I can see, because reality is I can see my collection going smaller. I've enjoyed it this year. I was fortunate enough to be able to buy more so I can kind of get a variety, to where I do feel like eventually I could see me maybe getting to that 10 or less. I know he's one that I would want. Like if someone came in and was like, we're taking everything and you can only have one, he would be the one I would keep, honestly. But because I love silicone, then I'm like, and I just got my Gabriel. Okay, hold up, So I just, it's so tough. It's so tough. So my next question is, what is your favorite part of the hobby and what is your least favorite? The people are my favorite and my least. I have to say people. I'm an introverted person, so I'm not a people person. I like persons. I like individuals. So that can be a good and a bad. I say it's my favorite part because it was people like Michelle. When I made my very first video, Michelle from Shelby, she shared my video, and that was just out there. It's like she just happened to share it, and that touched my heart to where I was like, oh my gosh, that was so sweet. Like meeting people like her, meeting people that when I had some issues that I was trying to understand with YouTube, and I reached out to Kitty on Little Waddle Nursery, she was right there to help me. That right there, it's just, I'm amazed. Crystal, I had bought dolls from her, Heaven's Blessings Nursery. Crystal, you know, when I meet these people who are in this hobby that are so giving of their time, it amazes me. You know, when I mentioned Misty with Kiss the Cradle, she gives out information on her channel. Serenity gives out information on the channel. Like, they're sharing information that if you're new to this hobby, please slow down and take the time to listen to people who are in it and who have been in it for a long time. You're gonna get a lot of information, and they're gonna be so helpful. Kelly from Kelly Girl, she will give out information and help. Like, you're take what you can, become a sponge, and you're gonna learn. I also say people can be the least, because when I started really looking at videos and contemplating around this time last year, there was a lot of drama that I saw. Now, drama still goes on, but at that point, it was so vile that I was like, that is not me. That's not what I'm about. I don't care what side of the aisle you're falling on when it comes to the drama, but that is just, no. So that's where I was just like, do I really want to create videos? Do I really want this channel? Yeah. So that's why. My next question though, what friends have you made while doing your hobby? Well, I already mentioned some people that I consider to be my dolly friends, but some closer friends that I have made. There's a group of these ladies who we are all Jehovah's Witnesses that love to collect dolls, and we talk every day and support one another spiritually and then emotionally when it comes to what we find in the hobby. I am so grateful for them. So grateful, so happy and thankful to Jehovah that I found them. And it's just great. And then also with them, like I said, this extension of these other women that I have met who live in other countries, different continents. It's amazing. I am just amazed. And if possible, I wish I could meet all of them, everybody in person. It would be great. But I do like that we have these play dates here on YouTube, and we get to see each other and play dolls together. It's fun. It's fun. What valuable lessons have you learned? Some of the things is just about focusing on, I've learned of my time. Because I would get on myself about not being able to do a tag or to do a video because of life. I have 7 children in real life. I have 5 kids with special needs that vary and that take up a lot of my time. I have my own things that I have to deal with work. I am a manager, so I manage a team of 30 people, and I have expectations that are on my job, and then family life. So I've learned that everything has its place, obviously, but this has its place, and this is my hobby. It's my chill time. So if it became a chore or a job, I wouldn't enjoy it. So I've really learned to say there's a time and place for it, and when I can, I'll be here. I'll make a video. And one thing, like, I remember Cena from Cena's Dolls, one time she said, she made a comment of, don't worry, we'll be here. Like, that type of encouragement is great. And I know when I was out with my surgery, Lynn from My Bella Blessing she was great. It was great. It was great. I know when I was also, when I was recuperating, I was looking forward to Marisol's, because Marisol makes longer videos. So when I was bedridden, I needed those videos. So I was like, I need the long videos. I need it. And Mel was recovering. So I was kind of trying to catch up on her, see her videos that she pre-recorded. And I don't have time to pre-record, but being able to see her videos while I was recuperating was helpful. So valuable lesson with that. And I put a note about bonding. I remember I used to hear people would say bonding, like I didn't get it until now I'm in it and I understand. It is the thing. You either bond or you don't with these little ones. What would you do differently? I would slow down. That's my next question. I would slow down. If I had it to do it over again, I would truly slow down and watch more videos, because by watching videos, and that's what I do now when I watch videos, I can see the dolls that I may want. And then I can see how they are with somebody else. Not too much the art of how they look, because, different artists are going to make them look differently, but just to see them, and that's what I would do differently. Is just don't be so impatient because you're waiting on a custom that you buy 3 or 4 dolls, and then you want to sell them because they're not really what you wanted. They were just fillers. Take your time. Take your time and research. more. And I am a researcher, but truly, relax. Do you see yourself continuing this hobby in the long run? Why or why not? That's my next question. And I put that question in because at one point I was thinking of stopping because I just felt like I have no time. But then I realized you have time. I'm recording this. This isn't live. So I can stop it. I can edit it. I can do whatever I need to do. If I start getting a little nervous, then I can stop. I can take a deep breath and then I can go. So I know that, you know, this is fun. And so I'm here to stay. And also when Shelby did the, right now, if you've seen any of my videos where I do like the 15 out of 100 or 1 out of 100, that's from Shelby, where she was saying, you show a doll for 100 days, show your doll. And so I have made it my goal to show all of my collection. I don't have 100, but I will show 100 days of just showing dolls for 100 days. And I wanted to go through my collection first. So I'm not there yet. I'm on day 15 or, you know, of 15. And then eventually I just repeat until I get to 100 days of showing a doll for 100 days. And it's only like 20, 30 seconds. And that's what I love about it. And that rekindled my joy of videoing. You know, it just gives me something easy that I can do with my time. And it came in handy, especially after having my tonsils out, because when I had my surgery, I couldn't talk. And so I really didn't get my voice till maybe 2 weeks ago. I still feel a little something, but that was in November and we're about to be in January. So almost two months post-op and I'm still, inflammation is a headache. So my last question, this hobby is so much fun. My last question is, what are your future plans? So my future plans is to stay and to make more videos when I can, do tags when I can, just knowing that I really try to support everyone's channel by watching them, liking them, just to help them to be shared through the algorithm and commenting when I can. So my future plan is to do that. Also to try to hit a doll show for 2023. I'm so excited to do a doll show because I get to see dolls, that I get to see them all and get to see artists, get to see other collectors. So I really am looking forward to that. And when I have all the logistics on that, I can't wait to share that. And then also, you guys, I am over 700 subscribers. I didn't think I'd get this far. I didn't think I'd get to 700, let alone try almost, you know, on my way to 1,000. So I'm gonna come in a couple of weeks. I will post a video because once I figure out what I want to give away, I'm gonna do a giveaway at 1,000. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have a giveaway video announcing that. And just as right now, even right now, just to say thank you for those who have supported my channel to get to this point. But when I get to 1,000, we're gonna have a giveaway. But I'm gonna come back so I can show you guys once I figure out, because I want to have it open to everybody. I mean, obviously you have to be 18, you have to be a subscriber, but I want to think about what I want to give away. And that's why I want to make sure I can have it be something I can have that anyone, if they want it, I can just be able to mail it anywhere as just a thank you of supporting my channel. So that's all of my questions. And again, you guys, I am so grateful for this experience I've had this year in this hobby, continuing at a slower pace, because again, taking my advice of slow down. And then as I get new babes, because I've had babies come in, dolls that came in that you guys have not even seen. And those are, I try to do blanket reveals, but I still have some that you guys haven't seen yet. So, I've thoroughly enjoyed my 2022 year, my first year. So I'm going to wrap up so that I can get this video posted, and then also so that I can go and hang out with the kiddos. Kids will be back at school next week, so this is their last weekend off before going back to school. So thank you guys, and from Kahai and everyone in my nursery, bye.